Welcome back to the MCC Coaches Show here on Country 93.1, live from Pints and Courts Pub and Grill on Norton Street in Muskegon. My name is Matt Tjapkes, and right now joining me is the athletic director of Muskegon Catholic Central High School, Mr. Eric Adams. And Eric, thank you for coming on the show with me.
It's always my pleasure. We appreciate everything you guys do for the school. This radio show is certainly phenomenal. We love it.
Now, you're getting a look at this crowd. I mean, every week this crowd is going a little deeper and a little deeper into the restaurant. I mean, this is not only exciting for me, it's exciting for you to see the fans coming out and supporting everything like this, so we can all work together to give MCC some recognition.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got some of the best parents, and they love their kids, they love the school. So.
Now, taking a look, obviously football season is going on right now, and basketball season will be coming up. Actually, before you know it, how soon do winter sports start practicing?
November 11th for the girls, basketball, and then the following Monday, November 18th for the boys. So
okay.
About a month away.
Yeah, it's about a month away, and we're just talking to the officials over at Country 93.1 today, actually, and we're going to do the same deal again this year, where we're going to be out covering some Crusader basketball games as well. So that's exciting news for us, and I'm looking forward to coming out to MCC. And
we're excited, too. I heard that rumor, and I was hoping it was true. And so it's exciting to hear that. And I know our kids will love it, and the parents love it, and our fans like it. And so, I mean, it should be another fun winter season for sure.
Absolutely. Now, you got a girls basketball team, and you got a pretty good team coming back this year. Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up for you basketball-wise, and what are you expecting out of your girls this year?
We're looking forward to a great season, hopefully. We added Ron Jenkins to our coaching staff, previously the head women's coach at the community college up until last season. We're playing a showcase game at Davenport University. We're excited about that. We added some tougher opponents to our schedule: Lansing Christian, Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart, Holland West Ottawa. We play Mona Shores annually. And so we're really looking forward to this season. And the boys are coming off near back-to-back regional championships. I think
that was rough.
That was, yeah. So, we've got a great coach in Lamar Jordan. He's got a good group coming back and a good group coming up. And it should be a fun winter season.
All right, so we're looking forward to being a part of that as well. Everybody always likes to look at football schedules, and I know we've got some changes in the works. And for people that haven't heard the Crusader Kickoff Show, first of all, you should tune in Fridays at 5 and listen to the Kickoff Show. But for people who haven't, we got a new Week 9 opponent for next season. And unfortunately, that's going to knock St. Francis off our schedule for a season at least, and hopefully we're going to try and get that one back. But tell everybody what's shaping up for the schedule next year.
We've currently got the only week we have open right now is Week 8, and ironically, Escanaba emailed me today. I don't think we're going to go up to the UP and play, but they wanted to play in Week 8. We've got our other 8 weeks filled, 1 through 7 and 9. We're starting with Ravenna in Week 9 next year. It's a 2-year deal that will probably turn into a 4-year deal. And hopefully it was just a 1-year hiatus for St. Francis, and we can fit them elsewhere the following season.
Now, one of the main things that'll be different next season is we'll be a part of the Lakes Conference, or whatever they choose to call it after. It's the Lakes 8 right now, even though it's Lakes 8 minus 1.
The Lakes Conference is the new name.
Okay, Lakes Conference is the new name. How nice is that to have things like that set up for you, where you got some opponents fixed in right now, as opposed to what you were having to do for this season, where you're scheduling individually every single game?
From the scheduling standpoint, I mean, it's nice, but it wasn't a huge burden scheduling 9 individual games, but more importantly, it's nice because it's all local games.
Yes.
And that'll be a lot of fun. We'll be able to do it. Hopefully radio shows like this will continue, and because we'll have local games every week, we'll have big followings. Not that we don't, as it is, but I'm just looking forward to local games and building more local rivalries. We certainly have a couple, but I've always said high school sports is all about kind of the local and in-town and community rivalries, and those are hard to develop if you can't mingle with those with the fans from other schools throughout the year in your community. And so from that standpoint, the new schedule with emphasis on locality is certainly a plus for us.
Okay. Now, I want to dive a little bit into your job, because I don't know what the heck you do.
I don't either, so.
All right, fair enough. When you have something like that, like you got Week 8 open next season, do you go like on an internet forum and say, hey, looking for week 8 opponents, or do you have to call every single person? Or, I mean, how do you spread the word and how do you get word back that someone else might be looking for a week 8?
I use email. Coaches certainly help, but the MHSA has a scheduling vacancy service on their website, and you can post things there.
Okay.
Some schools use it, some schools don't. The coaches have a coaches clinic or a coaches conference every, I think it's spring, and they discuss weeks that they still have open there. And so Coach 01 helps out a lot with that. And I give all of our coaches a great amount of input as to who they want to play to. So the kind of scheduling always kind of starts with the coaches, and they kind of pass it along to me, and I kind of do the paperwork. But it's not as hard as people make it sound.
Really? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's
good for you at least.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. It's just part of my job,
right?
So it's something that's to be expected.
Okay, now you talk about your job, and I don't have the exact date, but we are really close to a 1-year anniversary. I know that.
We are September. Well, when we passed it, September 26th.
There we go. So
September 26th.
You've been on the job for over a year now.
Yeah, for over a year. Calendar year.
I guess now that it's just processing in your head, literally as we speak. I mean, how has it been through the first year? Are you obviously you'd always know there's more work to come, but are you happy with the way things have gone over the first year and how you've kind of put everything together at this job?
Yeah, no doubt about it. The first 6 months were more or less cleanup. And then these past 6 months have kind of been progress, and we were able to join a new conference, one that had football for the first time in 30 plus years. There's been a lot of other things that I don't want to speak about here, but that we've implemented and that have been great. But I couldn't have done any of it without help from a million people. The parents make it really easy to do my job well. My administration makes it really easy. A support staff at the school. So there's new and better things still to come. I think if you ever stop growing, you'll always get passed by. And being a private school, we always have to strive to be the best and be the best. And I think we are, but we have to keep striving for that. So
it's a lot of work into that job. I know it is because I see you at so many different places, at every different sporting event and things like that. And I just want to commend you on year 1, grade A. Good job so far.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's you've made life pretty easy for me as a broadcaster, coming in and doing whatever kind of games you have us doing. So thumbs up, and getting into the conference, that's a huge coup for you. So,
well, to be honest, it's the least I could do for you guys. I don't know if you realize the value that you add to the school, but it's a tremendous amount. And if there's anything else that we can do or that I can do, just let me know. But we're very thankful for the work that you do, the work that John McKay does, and people that you guys work with, the White brothers. Certainly DSE TV is just all tremendous for the school, and we're very thankful. And I think a lot of people really enjoy your work.
Thank you. I love doing that. I love doing it. And I guess one of the things that we both have in common is neither of us is originally a Muskegon Catholic guy.
Correct.
But I think you can speak to it. You've been the basketball coach for a while now, but haven't been 1 year full-time in this MCC system. What kind of a family group it is and how they take you in, and they're just willing to step over themselves to help you out in any way possible.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, everybody's looking out for the best interests of the students, and in the parents' case, their children. And so that's what schooling, education, and interscholastic athletics is all about. I mean, it's not a business. It's about raising your kids the right way and preparing them, to move on to college and have successful lives. And so I enjoy it. It's what I have a passion for, and it's why I'm where I am. And I look forward, hopefully to do it for years to come.
Now, how aware were you before you became the basketball coach here? How much did you know about Muskegon Catholic?
I grew up in Orlando, Florida, and my parents separated when I was a freshman in high school, and that's when I moved to Michigan and went to high school in Grand Rapids. And so I didn't know much about Muskegon Catholic. I went to a Catholic school through 8th grade.
Okay.
Down in Orlando, Florida, but I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about the history. I've heard about them. Obviously you've heard about their football tradition and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't know much about prior to starting to coach there. But when I did start to coach there in And they really, from the get-go, they really made me feel at home. And it's an awesome, awesome place to be. I would have been privileged to have had the opportunity to go to school there, but I didn't. But it's just an awesome place, and I'm thankful for it.
Do you think it was easier that you didn't know about all the history and tradition when you stepped into something like that? I mean, was it a little probably less overwhelming, that being the case?
Probably. I mean, ironically, the more, I guess the better I get to know some people around there, I hate to say it, but the harder my job gets. And so I try to keep a balance of staying staying separated and keeping a distance, but at the same time, it's a family, and you can't help but become a close-knit group. And so I don't know if I have nothing to compare it to, so I don't know if it would have been easier or not.
Right. Let's talk about, we'll get back to football here to kind of wrap things up. And really, this team the last 4 weeks has turned things around. Obviously, the opponent's a little bit different caliber, but Coach Zerwan, through his first 6 games as a varsity head coach with a 4-2 record, just taking a look at where this team's at, where Coach Zerwan and his staff are with these kids. You got to be pretty excited about the next couple of weeks and hopefully week 10 coming up.
Well, a couple of things. One is I don't look at it as a turnaround at all. We played a really, really good Mona Shores team in week 1 in high humidity, and we just weren't well conditioned enough to compete in that game. I think as the boys have had more practice and all that kind of stuff, I think they've just gotten better in terms of conditioning. And then we had the game 1 at Grand Rapids Catholic, and a couple of mishappenings occurred, and we lost the game. But I don't look at it as a turnaround. I think we were playing really, really well in weeks 1 and 2. But Coach Zerwan, what makes him good and successful this young into his career is he has a plan. He's extremely organized with his plan, and then he just implements his plan. And the parents, do a hell of a job raising their kids and getting their kids in a position where they need to be, work ethic-wise and discipline-wise, and the kids show up and do their job. And the plan's simple, but it's not always easy to get a group of kids, teenagers, to go along with it. But we have that, and so it's credit to the coaches, Coach Rebecki and Coach Fedrosi and Coach Convertini and all those guys. I mean, it's just they have expectations and they hold the kids to them, and that's it. There's no two ways about it.
And I talked about it a little with Coach Zerwan, but Coach Rebecki had the feature in the local sports journal, and a guy like that probably easily could have stepped out and become a head coach at another school and probably had several opportunities to do that. But he stayed here. He stayed at MCC, and I guess he's kind of happy that he avoided some of the headaches that come along with being a head coach. But just having a guy like that on your coaching staff for Coach Zerwan to have as a resource, I mean, what an incredible thing. And it sounds like if everybody did their math right, he could be on the verge of 300 wins as an assistant coach on the varsity level coming up this week. Just a huge accomplishment.
Well, I don't know how we're going to do Friday night. We always prepare really well, and we always hope to win, but you don't know what the outcome's going to be. But I would hope that people come out Friday and show their appreciation to Coach Rebecki. I don't know him too well, obviously, because I'm just getting to know him, but just a top-notch guy, and he stands for what's right, and he sticks to that, and that's it. It's the right way or no way, and I think in that regard he's sort of old school, sad to say.
Right.
And so we're just blessed to have him, and he loves what he does, and we're certainly thankful that he's been as committed to MCC as he has been.
All right, so we will look forward to that coming up, hopefully Friday night. We'll be celebrating number 300 with him. I want to thank everybody that's come in and be a part of this show. Thank our partners over at DSE TV once again. 6 o'clock tomorrow night and 6 o'clock Friday morning. You can watch this show. Coach Zerwan, Lamar Jordan III, and Eric Adams for coming in and being a part of that. Reminder, 5 o'clock on Friday, we will be out at MCC Live as they get ready to take on this Wyoming team, the Crusader Kickoff Show, with Tjapkes and Jim White coming up 5 o'clock Friday night, and Pat White and I will take over at 6:45 up in the booth, getting ready for this game against the Wyoming Wolves. So for Coach, for Lamar, for Eric, my name is Matt Tjapkes. Thanks to Jeff Rose back in the studio. Everybody have a great night, and God bless.